Next News, breaking news.
Democrats in the Minnesota House just lost their minds on camera. After Republicans blocked their most radical gun-grabbing bill from reaching the floor, one of their own leaders turned on a GOP colleague with pure venom. State Representative Aisha Gomez didn't argue policy. She didn't debate safety. She told the Republican Representative Elliot Engen to go and do something to himself. The outburst came right after Democrats failed to ram through their extreme measures while criminals run free on the streets. This wasn't passion. This was a full meltdown. So how low have things sunk when lawmakers debating gun violence respond by telling a colleague to do something to his own life? See, the toxic episode here hits every Minnesotan directly. Law-abiding gun owners face constant attacks on their Second Amendment rights from politicians who seem more interested in disarming citizens than stopping real criminals. When elected officials spew violent rhetoric inside the chamber itself, it poisons the entire political process. It makes every family less safe, and socially it deepens the divide, turning serious debates over school safety and community protection into shouting matches laced with hate. Politically, it reveals exactly why Democrats keep losing ground. Their inability to handle defeat without descending into personal attacks show the extreme wing driving the party has no interest in solutions. They want control, and anyone standing in their way gets targeted. And this moment exposes the dangerous instability that has taken root in the Democrat ranks nationwide. And while Democrats melt down over policy failures, American strength depends on securing critical minerals right here at home. This breaking news from SAGA Metals, trading as SAGMF in the U.S. and SAGA in Canada. They're back in the spotlight much sooner than expected. In less than 6 months, this company is moving at a pace rarely seen in the critical mineral space. In less than 48 hours ago, they announced a 100% drill success rate across all 57 holes at its radar project. And they did it ahead of schedule. Now, that alone would be major news, but it's only part of the story. SAGA also added $10 million to its treasury through a strategic raise that positions the company to accelerate exploration on multiple high-value targets vital for national security and domestic manufacturing. Now, these breakthroughs, they matter because America must reduce reliance on foreign supply chains. So watch for the in-depth interview on this topic tomorrow morning, and check the link in the description for full details on how SAGA Metals is delivering results fast. Now back to the Minnesota chaos where Democrat rage continues to dominate the headlines. Yeah, the story gets worse when you connect the dots. The same Representative Gomez spent weeks whipping up crowds against ICE agents, labeling federal officers as invading secret police force and accusing them of executing her constituents. That pattern of inflammatory language now collides with her direct threat to a colleague on the House floor. So this is from Drew Roche. Democrats in the Minnesota House completely unhinged when House Democrats didn't get the vote they wanted on the most extreme gun-grabbing bill in the country, HF 5140. One of their own, Representative Gomez, actually told a Republican, you can read it right there on your screen. Yeah, I'm not even going to say it. You look at the screen, you see what it says there. This is not debate. This is not passion. This is deranged, toxic, and downright dangerous behavior from the same people who want to strip law-abiding Minnesotans of their constitutional rights. No class, no decency. Here's the moment that was caught on video.
I'm filming my cashier. Whoa!
caucusing now. Okay. Go ahead, caucus. We're caucusing.
Now, I have another angle. There was another camera that was rolling. Minnesota Democrats denying what the video just showed. Fox 9, the video shows Minnesota DFL Rep. Aisha Gomez yelling at Representative Elliot Engen after lawmakers failed to bring a bill on the floor. So here's another angle.
That's not okay. They didn't want that. They wanted you to vote against. That's not. Think of them, not yourself. How about that?
Again, that is video from that altercation there. House Republicans calling for the removal of Democratic Representative Aisha Gomez from the tax chair. That video was shared by Representative Gomez, showing a portion of the exchange. House Speaker Lisa Damith and Leader Harry Niska released a statement saying, in part here, this kind of behavior is unacceptable and it makes every person in this space less safe. Adding someone willing to spew hate and accost colleagues is unfit to serve as a leader in Minnesota. Representative Aisha Gomez is responding to these claims. In her statement, she says, in part, despite claims from Republicans, multiple videos show, I clearly say, think of them, not yourself. How about that? At no point did I say what the right-wing media would have you believe was said. It's a total fabrication of my actual words. Now, the legislative session ends on Sunday at midnight, so it's going to be a busy weekend at the Capitol. A lot going on, including that protest, that sit-in. So we'll keep a track on all of that and let you know if any updates come out about any of these stories here.
Oh, my goodness. She's trying to say, I didn't say that. Then we have this. House GOP leaders respond to the violent rhetoric after the Democrat tax chair Aisha Gomez verbally accosted Representative Elliot Engen. House Republican leaders are calling on Leader Stevenson to remove her as tax chair over her statements and calling on Governor Walz to condemn the behavior. So her own constituents are not waiting for leadership to act. And here she is. The pattern of incitement goes well beyond one-floor outbursts as she's now riling up crowds against ICE agents. RNC Research posting this.
General and our two largest cities have filed suit to stop this incursion, this invasion by heavily armed, brutal, violent, secret police. I don't know how else to think about it. I mean, they murdered my constituent in the street. Extrajudicial execution in the street of an American city. People have to understand what's going on here.
Oh, we understand what's going on here. We know where the invasion is. And it's definitely not ICE agents. So she's telling the mob her constituent was executed by federal officers. And here she is more. Minnesota State Rep spews vitriol against ICE officers to a mob of far leftists calling to resist deporting criminals.
Day 60 of our city being occupied and being invaded by masked troops of an authoritarian regime who are brutalizing our neighbors, who are kidnapping people, who are engaging in regular violations of the universal civil rights on which our country was founded. It's also day 60 of us standing up and saying no.
And we're standing up to say no to you. So here's more. The Minnesota DFL erupts after the failed attempt to declare an urgency to bring extreme gun bill to the floor in the midst of the chaos. Tax chair Aisha Gomez told Republican representative to go do that to himself. So this is the moment. It all went down on the floor just before she erupted.
We provided a 24-hour notice informing yourself and this body of our intent to take a stand against the epidemic of gun violence. We shared that if the speaker does not bring up Senate File 4067, currently being held hostage today, Thursday, May 14th, that we will engage in a sit-in from gavel out to gavel in here in the House chamber. We've also been informed that there will be no House floor session tomorrow, so whether we gavel back in on Saturday or this body hides out until Sunday, we'll be here undeterred in doing something about the guns. What are you so afraid of? We ask, but the time is here and now. For the communities of Annunciation to Misquagama, SAGA Ing, for every beautiful life lost, for every life impacted by gun violence, and the next 7 generations coming behind all of us. To every colleague, Republican or Democrat, please remain in the House on the floor here with us after session. Together we can sit, sing, stand, do a healing dance, and we can vote. It's okay to change your mind. Show us your courage. Let us leave this gun violence behind. And until we hold the vote, we will sit. Meet you.
Further announcements. I recognize the member from Anoka, Representative Engen.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. And I'm not going to be speaking on any performance or politics. I'm just going to be speaking on something that I feel in my heart is worthy of a lot of recognition. Jackie and Mike.
This is the guy
you two are phenomenal.
Who Gomez said to go do something to himself.
Parents. To go through what you've gone through and be able to have the resolve and the strength and determination and the leadership to engage with every single one of us. Thank you. Thank you. Members, can we please take a moment to recognize what they've gone through and what they've done for all of us?
Members, please rise to recognize our guests in the gallery. Members, hold the vote! Hold the vote! Hold the vote! Hold the I recognize the member from Anoka, Representative Niska. Hold the vote! Representative Niska. Hold the vote! Hold the vote! Hold the vote! Representative Niska moves that the House adjourns until 12 noon Saturday, May 16, 2026. All those in favor say aye. Those opposed, nay. The motion, Representative Niska. Representative Niska moves that the House do now adjourn. All those in favor say aye. Those opposed say nay. The motion prevails and the House stands adjourned until 12 noon Saturday, May 16, 2026.
And I don't even know what this is. What is that? What was that all about? And there she is, yelled at him during the protest on a Minnesota state legislator. Republicans are now flooding the voicemail of the Minnesota Speaker of the House demanding the expulsion of State Representative Aisha Gomez after she told a Republican colleague to do that following the failure of the Democrat-led gun control bill. Here's the number in case you want to call it. 651-296-4373. That is the Minnesota Speaker of the House, if you want to weigh in with your public opinion. So the truth the media downplays is simple. Democrat leaders have normalized violent rhetoric while pushing to strip law-abiding citizens of their rights. Gomez's demand that a Republican go do something to himself during a gun control debate reveals the hypocrisy at the heart of their agenda. They claim to care about gun violence, yet resort to the very threats they pretend to oppose. This is the same party that spent years attacking border enforcement and now fights to keep criminal illegals in sanctuary cities. Americans deserve leaders who solve problems instead of escalating hatred. So the meltdown proves that Democrats are panicking and exposed as they lose control of the narrative. Their extreme tactics hurt real communities and undermine trust in government. So share this report with every patriot who believes in secure borders and constitutional rights. And drop a comment answering this question. Should Aisha Gomez be removed from her leadership post immediately? Yes or no? And join the thousands of patriots who've already texted the words raw feed to that secret number on the screen, 844-840-4963. They're already getting the unfiltered updates straight to their phone from me, and they're bypassing the algorithm. I want you to as well. And make sure you check out the new America 250 merch and the merch shelf below this video for exclusive America First gear. We're staying on the story because the truth must be told. Stay strong and stay vigilant.
The system controls information. Information control is power.
They don't want you to see this.
The truth only survives together. They don't want this shared. Share this now.